We've come a long way from the era of competition. Now we have more of a communal sort of environment where people are helping each other to win.
People are always going to remember how you made them feel, so make it count at every opportunity.
Adding space into events for people to have genuine connection, genuine time to reflect and absorb what's happening before or after.
Decor can be a little bit of a waste of time and a big expense. You're working with a beautiful venue, that's all you need.
When you don't put enough into the design of the event, when you're just like, I want scenic package number 3, it's boring. It's been done. Let's make events more fun, more creative.
Welcome to this special on-location edition of Production Value Matters. I'm Matthew Byrne, your host, and today we're taking you right to the show floor of Canadian Meetings and Events Expo, where we set up an interview booth to interview some of the great event professionals that were stopping by to see us. We asked one simple question directly to event professionals from across this industry. What's truly valuable in event production, and what's just a waste of time, money, or energy? The answers we received were candid, surprising, and sometimes very specific. And if you like this content and all the things that we do on the podcast, don't forget to subscribe at productionvaluematters.com, leave us a comment, a like, or share it with one of your colleagues. Let's dive in. Two words kept coming up again and again on the show floor: connection and collaboration. Whether it's giving people space to talk, lowering the music, or creating a sense of community, event professionals were laser focused on making human interaction the real ROI.
We're asking people right now what they think is the most valuable in events and what they think might be the biggest waste of time or money, and I'd love your take.
I think the most valuable thing is just providing points for connection. I mean, that's the whole point of these events. It's a big reason why people even host them. So and that could just mean like having the sound levels at a reasonable level so people can talk to each other. I think that's just a really valuable thing. It's probably the most important thing.
So I think the most valuable thing in events right now is actually the collaboration mindset that events has these days. We've come a long way from the era of competition where if you're outbidding, someone else in an RFP, you're going to do everything to outbid them, to get the show, to win, to get them out. But now we have more of a communal sort of environment where people are helping each other to win. And so it's a win-win for everybody.
What I think is most valuable right now is space, allowing space for connection, adding space into events for people to have genuine connection, genuine time to reflect and absorb what's happening before or after.
So what do you think is actually valuable in events, and what do you think is a waste of time and money?
I think what is very valuable is working with vendors that are very knowledgeable about their area and experts in that area.
My take is that the most valuable thing is the collaboration we get to experience, especially on the creative side, as we're coming up with designs, coming up with different experiences we want attendees to go through. I like that collaboration and working with people.
For many event professionals, the real win is leaving guests with a lasting feeling, an experience they'll talk about long after the show comes down. The theme was a no-brainer, worth it for these event professionals.
I think that it's extremely valuable to ensure that you are creating impactful and memorable experiences so that the event is providing the most memorable connections for attendees, and so that they leave there feeling invigorated and educated on new ways to move forward in whatever area they're looking to move forward in.
I'm Alessandra from Classic Event Planning and Catering. I think the most valuable part of any event is the biased. I love to say the food, but it's how you make people feel. And that comes from every aspect leading up to the event to post-event. So how you make them feel leading up to, through the planning, and then the execution, and then the post event. AV is very important, especially when it comes to timelines and the production. And I think that this team does an amazing job at that.
The most valuable definitely is really focusing on the experience and the emotion you're invoking in your attendees. So people are always going to remember how you made them feel. So make it count at every opportunity. So don't just throw all of the money at a celebrity speaker. Make sure they're walking into the room. Your stage design is really evoking that emotion, and it will be super memorable.
So for me, I mean, I'm in entertainment and event and the entertainment scene. So I find experience seems to be probably the most valuable thing. If someone has a unique experience that makes them talk about it to colleagues, partners, friends, family, that usually transcends a little bit more than anything else. I know with our day and age, especially for our 30 plus millennials, experience is kind of the thing.
Finally, let's talk about the physical details, the pretty extras and take-home goodies. Are they worth it, or are they just landfill bound?
And what is a waste of time? I think decor can be a little bit of a waste of time and a big expense because if you're working with a beautiful venue, I think that's all you need.
Biggest waste of time, money, and effort is tablescape. Tablescape is definitely something that is easily avoidable. There's something so timeless about a white linen and silver utensils and cutlery that people are just not looking at.
Waste of time, I would say focusing too much on the exterior rather than the meat of the event and what people are going to take home with them. What are they going to leave with over possibly, worrying too much about a ceiling treatment. Really the value is what people are going to remember. What are they going to leave there feeling? And just making sure that they have amazing connections and experience throughout the entire time.
100% agree. Thanks for the answer.
Thank you.
What is a waste of money? Please be intentional if you're going to do swag. I find that a lot of swag, if I get another water bottle, it's probably going to end up donated somewhere. Be super intentional with it. We don't want things ending up in a landfill. You don't want your brand to be in a landfill. So again, make it count. And I think that's it.
When it comes to what's not worth the time, money, or energy, our on-the-floor panel didn't hold back. From cookie-cutter designs to overpriced coffee, here are some of the things they'd cut without a second thought.
I would say coffee prices at hotels, Wi-Fi costs at hotels, and not needing to use the in-house AV company at hotels and venues should all be wiped out and removed from the industry completely.
Something that's overdone. I don't like the dancers. We need to stop with the dancers. I don't like a fire breather or I don't think it's like that great to see at an event. I think it's boring.
When it comes to, I would say, the least important, I know everybody's got to do the videos, they've got to do the sponsorships, they've got to do all the talks. If there was a way to minimize that in a certain instance without kind of deterring from, let's say, a cocktail social event, I think that's probably the least enjoyed aspect of most things, but it also is the most important part. So finding that fine line to executing that without overdoing it, I think would be kind of my answer.
Useless event apps that don't work. If you're gonna have an app, make sure that it's intentional and what is the purpose of having it and what is going to be the outcome of using the app. It's gonna just take up space on my phone and I'm never gonna use it. It's just kind of useless.
I think the biggest waste of time is, I don't know, I'm going to flip that. When you don't put enough into the design of the event, when you're just like, I want scenic package number 3. It's boring. It's been done. Let's make events more fun, more creative.
Matters.com. Scroll halfway down the page and you'll see a little widget where you can submit a question or a comment to us live on air for the podcast. The link is in this podcast episode description, or join the conversation with me on LinkedIn. Until next time, keep production value high and the waste low. Production Value Matters, the business events podcast, is brought to you by Byrne Production Services. To learn more about Byrne Production Services and how we can achieve your business goals, head over to byrneproductionservices.com. Thanks for listening.